morning, everybody. Guess it's still morning. Today is Sunday, and I am headed to Missoula to pick up a cabinet. It's actually a changing table, but it's got a cabinet underneath, and it's got drawers on one side, so it's pretty excited about it. Why do I need a cabinet, you ask? It probably wouldn't fit in the van. Well, I went on my 10-day road trip, and my body hurt so bad by the end of that. And just the longer and longer, the more days the trip went on, the more my body hurt and my back was hurting, and I just came to realize that I miss a home. I miss having more space. I miss being able to stand up. I miss decorating, just having little pictures or things around to make it homey. So I came back and I bought a vintage 1974 Cascade travel trailer. I did that, and I think it's pretty cool because it's the same year I was born, so it's kind of neat to have one as old as I am. And it's only 12 foot. It's super tiny. I will show you guys here soon. I'm moving it actually to a different spot next weekend. Hopefully that's still the plan. The place I'm at now is kind of driving me crazy, just because I'm so squished in there, and it's I'm squished between a fence and a shed, which I appreciate having a place to park it, but I also have to open and close a gate every time I leave somewhere, and that drives me absolutely crazy. Also, his dog is, we'll say, going to the bathroom right by my step to get in the camper, so if I don't watch out, I'm stepping in a pile of dog crap. And yeah, it's just kind of getting to the point where it's annoying. So I'm hoping next weekend I can moving it to a friend's house that he rents that, but there's a spot on the property I can park it, so, which is good, because then Piper can have a little fence, and everything will be much better. So looking forward to that. And I just bought a 50-foot extension cord. Right now I'm using 100-foot, and it keeps tripping it. So I bought a 50-foot, and hopefully that's better. I'd like to go down to 25, but I don't know how long I need until I move the camper. So yeah, that's I'm pretty excited about it. It doesn't really need too much touch-ups. I am gonna take the kitchen counters off and put down wood, and then I want to stain it with my favorite wood stain, which I think it's called All American or something like that. I've used that on quite a few projects, and I really like that one. So I want to do that for my countertops, and then there's some of the cabinets that aren't painted and some are painted white, so I want to finish that off, and that's about it, really. I mean, it doesn't need too much. I have one wall in the corner I need to finish. So the story of me finding this, I used to park at the hospital, and every now and then on my days off, I would park at the hospital, and I'd go a certain way all the time to go throw my garbage away at the gas station. And I always saw this camper sitting in the yard. And I'm like, man, I was like, that is so stinking cute. And so I saw him outside, like the day after I got back from my trip, I think it was. And I'm like, I'm just going to stop and ask if they want to sell their camper. And so I stopped, and I'm like, hey, I always see this camper. I was like, are you guys interested in selling it? And she's like, yeah, we are. And I'm like, okay. I was kind of shocked, I didn't expect that. I was like, okay, is there a time I can look at it? And she goes, yeah, come back at 5 and check it out. And so I did. And at that point, somebody had tried to buy the camper and was making payments. Well, he stopped making the payments, so he brought it back to her. And so he had all kinds of stuff in there, like a lot of stuff in there. So it was kind of hard to check out the whole thing, but he had a big bed in there, and it was just a lot. So I went through, like 2 days after I looked at it and decided I wanted to get it, I went through all the cabinets and everything and just got out anything that was his, put them in garbage bags, made it easier for her to move stuff out. And then I was supposed to pick it up like a couple days later, I think it was, or the next day or something, and then the stuff still wasn't moved. And I was like, okay. And so I asked her, I was like, well, can I just move the stuff out, and that way I can take it sooner? And so I did. I had everything in garbage bags. I moved all that stuff out, and I took the bed apart because it was just a platform that he had made. I took that all apart and took that out, and then it was a big open space, and it was pretty cool for being 14 foot. It's pretty roomy. Actually, it's not even 14. It's the living part is 12 feet. So I really wanted to keep the dinette set up, but there's no way I could. So I made that into a bed, and that's like my bed couch area. And then the rest of it's pretty open. So I'm excited to show you guys. So I have one more payment to make in 2 weeks. I was scared that she wasn't going to take payments, and I just asked her, I was like, hey, are you willing to take payments? And because I knew she had told me the story about that guy that had it for like a month, and then he stopped making payments, and I was like, oh, I said, does that mean you won't take payments? She goes, no. She goes, I'm pretty trustworthy. I'll take payments. And so we wrote up a bill of sale thing, and we write down all the payments that I give her, and then we both sign it. So, and we both have one of those. So I just wanted to cover anything that might go wrong. And then it rained for a couple days, and so then one day when I was going back to work on the camper, it was still in her yard at the time. There was a leak in the back corner, and so like the next day went by, and she had told me that she hadn't fixed it, and I don't think she knew how. But I was like, can I just go get the stuff and I'll get up there and fix it? And so she said, yeah, of course. And so I went and got the stuff at Ace and got up there and fixed the leak. And so that was good, because it rained like couple days later. So that wall needs it needs a new board put up. But right now I just have a big piece of foam board back there, and I cut it to the shape of the wall, and that's just up against the wall until I can fix it. But there's no mold. I keep checking. There's no mold and no more leaks or anything, so I'm not too concerned about that. Although I do want to get it fixed as soon as possible. And then it's all original cabinets and stove and countertop and all that stuff. I'm not using any of that. The stove and fridge, I just use them for storage. I don't like propane, so I just have my camp stove in there, which I'm totally fine with. I'm not hooked up to sewer or anything. I use the same bathroom system I used in the van. I just got a better toilet for the camper. And then I have my other one I still have in here that I used when I lived in the van. But yeah, and then the fridge, it gets like cold-ish, but I just use it for storage, which works out great. And then I think I don't know, like probably the last month I've been kind of missing something, when I was living in the van. And I'm like, I love this, but, and there was always that but. And then when I was in Washington, I went to my sister's house, and it was really homey, and she had pictures up of my grandma and family and stuff, and they have squirrels that come on their back deck that'll eat out of your hand, and it was fun, super cute. And then it just made me miss having a home, and I know, like, as much as debt gives me anxiety, like, I don't want to buy a house. And since I didn't have my 4Runner very long, and then I got this van, it kind of docked my credit a little bit. So I wouldn't even attempt a house right now anyway. But to be honest, I love the travel trailer situation. I've lived in travel trailers before, so I know quite a bit, about them and stuff, and how to keep them warm and all that. In all the travel trailers I've lived in, I've probably had, I think, 5, and I've remodeled them and then ended up selling them. But I've never used the water. I've never used the black tank. In one of them, I used the stove, and that ended up having a propane leak, and that's what made me hate propane, and I've never used it since. But yeah, I like the fact that I can buy a travel trailer, have a home of my own, do what I want to it, and not be in debt forever. And it's just, this travel trailer was, she was asking $1,800 for it, and I went down to $1,500. And so I have one more payment to do in a couple weeks, and then it'll be mine. I'll have a house. And so it's pretty cool. I mean, the only thing you really have to worry about is finding a place to park it. Which for now, I have my friend's house that it's moving to. So we'll see. We'll see by next summer if it moves again. There is an RV park in Darby that I really enjoyed living at. I called them the other day actually, and they want $500 a month for only electricity. So I wouldn't mind going out there again, although I don't like driving that road. People drive crazy on that road, and they drive way too fast. It's a scary road to drive. But all the other RV parks around, I mean, they want like 700, 800 plus utilities, or plus electricity. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully by next summer I can find like somebody with a private lot that I can park at. But yeah, I don't know. I think parking at my friend's house, I think is going to be an okay situation. So maybe I won't have to move it again next summer. That would be awesome. So that is the story of why I moved out of the van, why I got a camper. I do have to get a hitch put on the back of the van because this one does not have one, so relying on somebody else to tow my house is pretty nerve-wracking. But yeah, it's cool though. I'm enjoying having a stationary place. You know, and I think it got old too, that I would run this van for like 2 or 3 hours, you know, at a time to charge my battery box sometimes, and or just to stay warm. And I got tired of parking in parking lots, and I don't know. The holidays are coming up, and I didn't really want to do another Christmas in a van or a vehicle. So yeah, it kind of all added up and made me realize on that trip that I'm kind of over it. I'm getting older, my body hurts, and I do wish though that I would have discovered this before I got the van. I would have traded in my 4Runner for like a small SUV or something I can still camp in instead of a minivan. But, you know, if you haven't learned by now, I'm kind of random, so yeah, it is what it is. But I'm stuck with the van for a while because I'm not docking my credit any more than it did getting this thing. Plus, I still have lots of room to camp in here. I kept the bed. The bed is still in here. And I have one of those three shelf things on rollers. I'm going to take the wheels off of that and keep that in here for storage. I have my toilet in here. I'll still have a full camp set up in here. There'll be some stuff I'll have to take from the camper to put in here, but like my fridge and stuff is in the camper, so which I probably wouldn't even take all that out. I would probably just like do easy camp meals I can cook over the fire or something like that, and just not worry about having a fridge in here. 'Cause it would be quick trips anyway, you know, a couple days or so. What's going on in other news? I am totally changing the way I eat. I need to start taking care of myself better. It's gonna make me cry. My sister just had a major heart attack, and scared me a little bit, knowing that I have heart issues, and she almost didn't make it. She had the very worst heart attack you can possibly have. And she had 100% blocked artery. And they said if she waited another 20 minutes, she wouldn't have made it. So, yeah, it's scary, you know. And it opens your eyes for sure, knowing that I have heart issues. Like, I didn't have a heart attack, you know, but have explained on here my heart procedure and how I almost didn't make it through that, you know. They had to shock my heart, and I woke up and said, oh, we almost lost you, or they said that they almost lost me, and that's a scary thought. So I think it's time to totally change my diet, eat better, and start taking care of my heart. For sure. So that happened last week. In other news, I have 3 more days at my first job, and then I go down to 1 day a week, which I'll only work every Saturday, and that's like 7 Saturdays, I think, and then I'll be totally done there the 1st of December. So yeah, and then that'll be nice. And then I'll just do my private clean house and my other little house that I do. And then I can kind of make my own schedule. And with winter coming up, though, I mean, I'm really not a winter driver, and I don't like driving in the snow. So cleaning that private house that I do, I'll probably wait till like 10 or 11 to go do that. And then the road should be somewhat a little more decent than like first thing in the morning. And since it's only 3 hours, and during the winter, like, I go to work and I go home. I don't do anything. So yeah, it'll be okay. Right now I am working on doing everything I can to keep the inside of that camper as warm as I possibly can this winter. I have skirting around the bottom, but I don't have it sealed up yet because I'm supposed to be moving it next week, so I haven't finished it. And then I did get some foam board, and I cut it to fit all the windows inside, so I have foam board in all the windows. And then there's a couple other things that I have planned to do on the inside as well. But I want to make a video and show you guys before I totally make it winter proof inside. so you can kind of see how it is. Because getting it at the last minute, like, I'm probably just I'll leave the foam board in the windows, but I'm probably gonna like hang curtains over the windows, and at this point it's just doing whatever I can, and I'm gonna do any updates during the spring, so I'm not too concerned about making it pretty this winter. I just want to stay warm. So, but I don't want to do a video until I move the camper because it's so squished in there right now. Like, it's hard to walk around it and do a video. So next week, guys, if the plan holds how it is now, you guys will have a full tour of my new house. Yeah, I love it. love just using my camp stove in there. It's super simple. I did undo the pipes under the sink, and I have a bucket under there to catch water so I can use my sink. So that's exciting because I've never done that in any of my other trailers before. Especially since I can wash my hair in the sink. That's really nice to be able to do that now instead of bending over on the floor and using a bucket or something. So yeah, I'm super excited. For some reason though, Piper is nervous staying home by herself in this camper. So I usually go home to a tore up potty pad. And yesterday there was a mess on we have a couple runners down because the floor gets cold. She went potty on the rug. And she's been rubbing her nose on the carpet, which has tore up the top of her nose. So there's blood on the carpet. And I think it's because they let their dog out. And that dog circles the camper, and Piper can hear the dog out there, and she gets antsy and runs around the camper. And yeah, I can't wait to get out of there. Just everything is piling up, and it's time to go. Time to go. Oh boy, why is traffic all stopped? So I've been getting some window, what's that called? I forgot the name of it. But it goes around the window to seal any air coming in and all that. I also got tape to put around the window. Yeah, window seal. A roll of window seal. That's what I got. And I got some tape, some clear tape, in case there's any drafts or anything. Tape that off. There is a roll of insulation stuff I'm gonna get that's really thin, but it's 10 millimeter insulation. And I'm gonna put that probably on the walls inside. And you guys, if you know me, I am always cold, so I don't even care what it looks like this winter as long as me and Piper are warm. I will figure it out in the spring, and yeah, I don't even care. No one's gonna come over and see it anyway, and as long as we're warm, that's all that matters. Nice thing is, next Saturday will be the last 3 days in a row I have to leave Piper home while I'm at work. And then it'll just be every Saturday. But she can go with me at that house I clean. I mean, she's got to stay in the van, but we'll see if she goes with me or if she stays home. But she's getting better. But I did discover yesterday that that's why she gets so antsy and scratches at the potty pad and all that. So because all the other times that I've ever put down a potty pad, she don't do that. It's perfectly fine. And half the time she don't even go to the bathroom while I'm gone. So I know it's because of that dog. And I went to get in the house yesterday and stepped in the other dog's pile. Wasn't very happy about that. And leaving in the morning is pitch black. I can't, there's no light out there. I think I need to change the front porch light on my camper. I haven't looked at that yet. But must be an accident up here. Why we're going so slow. Yeah, I'm super excited to get this. My stove and my fridge is like the avocado green, you know, the vintage color. This video's getting long. I need to stop rambling. I was gonna leave it that and just do like a vintage theme, but I have always wanted like a black and white kitchen with like wood countertops. I have to stick with my theme I always go to is rustic farmhouse, and that's what I love. So I'm gonna keep the appliances in there and just use them for storage, but I am gonna paint them. The appliances will be black, cupboards and everything will be white, and then I'll have my wood countertop. So yeah, I love the rustic farmhouse look. So that is what I'm going with, and I'm super excited to get it going. And I might buy paint. We'll see how the weather goes. It's starting to cool off pretty good, so I don't know if I'll even paint until the spring. So yeah, that is my exciting update, you guys, on my world. I am excited to have a home base. I still will take, after I get a hitch put on the van, I'll take the camper out. I don't know how much I'll take the camper out. I do want to paint the outside of it next spring too, which will be, it'll be white with the black stripe. Is my plan right now anyway, because then it'll match the inside. But yeah, I don't know. I plan on just keeping the van set up for camping instead of towing the camper all the time. So that is my exciting update. I wasn't gonna tell you guys until I did the video of the camper, but every day I'm like, I need to tell them what's going on. I need to do a video. And so yeah, I don't want to film it until it gets to a better spot. So anyway, I'm going to end this because it got kind of long. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. I am just sitting in this traffic trying to get to Missoula, and I can show you all the cute cabinet also in the next video. So yeah, all right, I will talk to you all soon. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, help out my channel. Would greatly appreciate it. Pipes would say hi, but she is at home. And yeah, I will see you all soon.